Could you imagine getting all of the musical theater fans and
Against-
all of the anime
listen,
fans in the same
I think
building? Dude, that
it would
be
smell so
crazy.
bad. It would smell so bad.
Dude, all I'm saying, Wicked and Demon Slayer come out on the same day. Wicked
Weeman
for
Slayer.
Slayer.
Weeman Slayer.
Hello and welcome to the Nerdiest Podcast, Season 7. We are back. We've made it past 6 seasons. No movie yet, but we're here with Season 7. So, that being said, this is our usual how we like to kick off the year, what we're hyped for, what we're looking forward to in 2025, including games, movies, shows, and any other niche side tangent thing that comes up while we're talking. But we also have one news point about Minecraft 2 maybe happening that I found right before we started recording. But other than that, it's just going to be us talking about what we've been doing over the Christmas break and then jumping into what we're hyped for. So before we jump into all that, though, like I said, Jackson, how have you been? What's
Oh
been
my
up
gosh,
with you, homie?
I'm so happy to be here. The first episode of the year is kind of crazy. And it's 2025, everyone, and I'm calling it. 2025 is our year. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Don't do that.
So here
Don't
we
give
are.
me hope.
So holiday recap a little bit. Christmas was great. New Year's was great. I'm becoming old, and this is going to turn into a longer thing. I'm old because I start complaining about how expensive Christmas is, and it's very expensive, and I have consequences for eating weird on the holidays, and so I just feel tired and I feel like crap because I've let myself eat whatever I want over the last 3 weeks. There's consequences for that. Other than that, it was a great Christmas, great New Year's, and I'm very excited for 2025. I think some great stuff. What I've been doing, honestly, here's the thing. I've been playing a lot of Mario Party because family's in town. It's just a really great, chill game that we can just turn on and play, right? Well, we've been playing the new Mario Party Jamboree. Now, this is the newest installment of the Mario Party games, and I've played, I think, 3 games of it now, and it's very fun, very well done. How many Mario Parties they're just going to keep making, I don't know. I can't keep convincing all my friends to buy new Mario Parties. But
No, for real.
my two qualms is Mario Party Jamboree, because I know you're wondering. If you are playing any game, literally 10 turns, I cannot imagine playing more than 10 turns on this game, because 10 turns takes well over an hour for this game, because they added so many freaking mini games. And I'm not saying new mini game, because their mini games are very high quality, they're very nice, but you can genuinely, I kid you not, you can play up to 3 mini games a turn before you get to the mini game. The real
the turn
minigame.
mini game.
Yeah. Because there's there's a battle mini game. Oh, but there's an item mini game. Oh, but then there's an ally mini game. And the ally mini game is 5 mini games that you have to play to get the ally, which just leaves in 2 turns, by the way. So this is my second qualm with the game, is their ally system is so broken, because if you get the ally, it puts you into a mini game. Duh. Because there's apparently 1 mini game around wasn't enough. And you play this mini game, and it's a 5-stage mini game, and you have to win all 5 stages, but whoever landed on it gets an advantage in that mini game, so you could higher chance of getting the ally, right? Well, once you get the ally, you get to keep it for about 3 turns, and then they leave. Unless another player passes by you on the board, and then they steal your ally when they walk by. So essentially...
It doesn't sound like an ally.
No, not at all. So essentially, if you have the ally, they can, like, increase your dice roll. There's a chance they increase your dice roll, but most of the time they don't. So really, you're playing a 5-stage minigame to win a chance at a slightly higher dice roll for 2 turns unless it gets stolen. And it's just not... It feels like a waste of time. It is like... It takes over an hour to play 10 turns. And so we just be like, oh yeah, we'll turn on this little, Mario Party game before dinner, whatever. New Year's Eve dinner, we delayed like 20 minutes because we were like, oh, we said, hey, there's 2 turns left. Let's just finish. And then we proceeded to play 7 mini games over these 2 turns. So if you're playing Jamboree, it's really fun. It's really high quality, but it takes so long. It takes so freaking long. And final story that ties back to what I said earlier. New Year's Day, I had a new experience, and that was I got my first DJ gig, which is not my thing, very random. And I know you're thinking, oh, did you call this some club, some whatever? No, it was a Christian high school dance. Now, Christian high school dance does not mean we were listening to Mercy Me. I played Lil Jon, and we got low. Now, let me tell you. If Crank That Soulja Boy comes on, I'm cranking that Soulja Boy. If Low comes on, I'm getting low. 2 days later, I'm still in so much pain. I am so hurt from dancing. And I think back to high school, which was like not that long ago. I would be fine the next day if I went to a dance. I was fine.
Your feet might be a little sore.
I'm a little sore from standing, but like I'm fine. I'm 21 years old, and I am like, I wince when I go down the stairs right now because I hurt so bad from going to a dance 3 days ago.
Bro, you're not going to make it through your wedding, are you?
Anyway, that was my week.
You know how much standing is involved in a wedding?
A lot.
I don't know how I'm going to make it. And I'm not the one getting married.
Just be like, I'm tired.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what if I sit down in the middle of the ceremony? How about that?
Just be like, hey guys, I need to like pop a squat real quick. Just have one of the groomsmen like get down
just
so
be
you
like,
sit on his back.
Can you actually get down in my wedding when you...
That's perfect. You might actually be the same height as Amy.
All right. Oh yeah. Anyway, that was my week. That's also your wedding update from me. Is that I'm gonna be tired because I don't want to.
We skipped a couple episodes.
Skipped a few episodes, but that's my wedding update. Is that I'm gonna be tired.
That's real.
Mr. Nick, how was your week?
Well, let me think. My week has been pretty chill because it was an extension of like the Christmas week where we had pretty much every day off last week from work. So I was able to come home. I got really ahead on scripts and doing YouTube shorts and stuff. And I actually scripted out 2 videos, both of which I think are my new favorites. Because I have like on the channel, I have a personal favorites playlist, and I already know both of them are going in there. So I'm very excited for those to come out. It's a good direction that I want to take more scripts because it was very like in-depth. And because a lot of my scripts beforehand were very shallow and like, oh, I'll introduce this topic, talk about it for a paragraph, and then move on. And whereas these were like introduce topic, and then I somehow accidentally spent 2 pages talking about it, and then had to loop back around to the original point. Like the videos now are just like massive side tangents,
right?
Which is fine because I can do that really well. So I'm very excited for those to come out. Should be out end of January, beginning of February. So really interested to see how that turns out.
That's
and
awesome.
How that affects videos the rest of the year. Outside of that, I'm just trying to get back into my routine of like work every day, small group on Monday, young adults on Tuesday, like workout on this day, that kind of stuff. I'm streaming this weekend. I'm streaming tonight and Saturday. Starting Genshin Impact, baby.
Let's go.
Listen, when the January downturn comes around, this was the ace up my sleeve of like, how can I maintain Genshin Impact?
I don't know if this is any of my business, but I think you should lay off the Genshin Impact.
And I prefaced everyone by saying like, hey, I could get through this first Genshin stream, be like, I hate the game, and never play it again.
Right.
Like, this is not a license that I'm gonna play Genshin for the next 72 streams, but I might. You never know.
That makes sense.
Speaking of streaming, I did a stream from 7 p.m. on the 31st to 12:30 on the 1st.
I was there. I saw it.
It was, I'll be honest, it's not my favorite stream because I went into it. I made the mistake of going into it without a plan.
Oh.
And I didn't know what I was going to do. So, but I mean, I did like a tier list, and then I really just played Smash for 3 hours.
Oh, that's nice.
But at the end, we played Mario Kart for a little bit. I started getting some super chats because I told my chat if we cross $1,000 in super chats over the course of like 2025, which I need to like clearly define the rules next time because they try to tell me I was cheating by being like, no, it's just like from here on out. And they're like, no, you said like all time. And I was like, no, actually, I said from here on out. So over the course of the year, if we hit $1,000 in super chat, I will buy and do on stream the hot chip challenge. Which for those who don't understand, I do not handle spice very well.
No,
like,
this
there
was
were
a
some
thing.
peppers mixed in my like breakfast this morning, and I was like, oh.
I was like,
That was a little hot, man.
Nick has a Sprite cranberry, and it's like, okay, one more thing to add, because we do have a news point that I want to get to, but this is something I forgot to mention was I got a lot of gift cards for Christmas.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got Target, I got Amazon. So on Amazon, I got
with the gift cards.
Oh, sorry. I got this new light that is illuminating me right now, and I got a little microphone stand. But I also got some Target gift cards, and I was like, I don't know what I need. Like, I just need some normal stuff at Target. Like, and I got a ton of gift cards. So I was like, okay, I need toothpaste, I need antacids, like super standard stuff, right? What else did I get? I got something else that I can't remember. Oh, I got a disposable camera because I was going to repurpose the lens. But then I was like, you know what? I've got gift card left over. I really want a basketball. Now, hear me out. So I used to love basketball. I played basketball in the yard all the time. So I was like, I don't own my own basketball. My family, like the basketballs that I have in my house were, you know, from when I was like 10 years old. So like, I need a nice basketball. Maybe it'll encourage me to get active more. Like, I want to go outside more in 2025 and like just be active. I was like, cool, get a basketball. I got gift card, whatever. On the little tag, it says like, it was like $20. I was like, bet, basketballs are $20. I'm going to have stuff left over. So I got toothpaste and acids, disposable camera, and a basketball. And I had a ton of gift cards, and I used my Target rewards that I built over the year. And I was like, sweet. And I throw it all in there, and the nicest cashier in the world was like, all right, that'll be $11. And I was like, what did I buy? After all of my gift cards, all of my rewards, all this stuff, I still needed $11. I was like, that's insane. I was like, whatever. I'm not about to fight the cashier. There's a line. So I was like, I have cash, and I gave her money. And I stepped outside, and I looked at my receipt. I accidentally bought a $55 basketball.
Dude, what?
So hold on.
That thing better be signed like by Michael Jordan himself.
So this is, I did not know. Apparently this is like an NBA grade, like real leather basketball.
It looks very fancy.
It's a very nice basketball.
You better be passing that on to like your grandkids for $55. Jeez.
I didn't know. I don't know. I am not sporty at all. I have hey guys, basketballs are $55 if you didn't know. So I will definitely be balling this year. I will be balling because I cannot afford not to. So anyway,
that's fair.
That's my story of the week.
My last thing I'm going to tag in.
Yeah.
This is my story of the week.
All right.
So it's a little, I'll make it quick. I got a minute and a half left on my timer. So I was playing D&D last week with my group, and in character I said something like, "Oh, I'm just a guy. Like, I'm trying to go home, man."
Yeah.
And the DM gets out of character, and she was like, "Hey, that's like a line from one of the songs from Epic the Musical. Let me send it to you." so you can listen to it later. And I was like,
Epic,
okay.
the musical.
Like, let me just see.
Okay.
So she sent this to me, and I listened to the song, and I was like, dang, this song kind of gas. Like, hold on. It's like super relatable to his character. So I was like, okay, let me like listen to the rest of the soundtrack. Like, I'll listen to some more of the songs and stuff. Dude, I've been sucked in. Like
to Epic the musical?
Epic the musical. Do you not know about this?
Like the movie Epic?
No. So, Epic the Musical is this concept album done by
Holy
one
crap.
guy and a bunch of other like artists and singers and stuff. But it's based on the Odyssey by Homer.
Oh yes, I have.
And it's
heard
like a
of
musical interpretation of that story. It's so good. Like,
okay, I'm gonna listen to this.
It gives me really big Hamilton vibes, but not in like the rap cheesy kind of way.
Yeah.
It's like genuinely well written. I feel like you can get the entire story just from the music because it's a concept album. It's not an official musical.
Right.
So I'm making my way through that. For those who know and listen to it, I'm on the Thunder Saga right now because there's 8 sagas, I think.
Holy cow.
Let me look. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9. And I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So I have to finish the Thunder Saga, and then I have 3 more to go, and then I'm done.
That's awesome.
It's only 2.5 hours long.
Okay.
All out.
Okay.
All done. So that's been my little like hyper fixation the last couple days. Is trying to listen through that. And it's also great because I've been home alone because my mom's on a trip.
Right.
And
so you can just blast it.
Yeah, I'm blasting it while I'm like making dinner and stuff. It's been great. It's been great. So update to follow when I finish that, probably by the next episode.
Yeah, full review to come. I'm gonna listen to that. That's a good recommendation. Anyway, yeah, we kind of had some pent up energy from not recording, so we had to just kind of like thought dump. Well, it's not like we took a break. It's just more than. What do you mean?
What do you mean pent up energy? What?
I just had like a lot of random stories to dump. Like I didn't have like a coherent. I was just like, I bought a basketball and I played Mario Party, and
I could do a whole episode on incoherent ramblings. How do you think I live streamed for 4 hours?
So, hey, we're so glad you're here. We do have one news point that I think is very fascinating, and I'm going to let Nick go into that because he has the article pulled up. So
before Nick goes on about that, here's another random side tangent thought. I did a stream over the break of like ranking all the 2024 anime.
Oh yeah.
And I got caught on 3 different tangents. One of them was about anime. 2 of them were not. One of them was about Mushoku Tensei. I started talking about how much I hate that show.
Mm-hmm.
Or like how that show has such good potential and genuinely could be one of the greatest isekai known to man, except for the very like end of season 2, which I won't spoil in case you want to watch it, but it's a whole thing. And then there was one anime I was talking about watching, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not like super caught up on it because I'm watching it with my girlfriend, and like, you know, schedules are hard to line up sometimes, but we're still watching it together. Like, we're trying to get caught up. And someone in chat was like, oh, when are we going to get like girlfriend reveal? Like, can we at least get a name? And I went on a whole tangent as to why I'm like, no, because I'm like, I say too many dumb things on the internet, and I've seen how evil people on the internet can be when you say things they don't like, even though it's like the most normal thing. And I'm like, you can blast me all you want. I'm not subjecting her to that. But it was like, that's it summarized in a sentence. It was like a 15-minute tangent. And then later on down the line, we somehow started talking about weddings. And I went on like a 10-minute tirade about why I think expensive weddings are dumb.
Yeah.
So it was just like these random things that like the chat was just like, oh, let's see if we can get him on another tangent. Like I'm so easy to distract.
No, anyway. I know. We need to do like the random rant generator and just like see who can debate the best.
I'm down.
New
I will
episode
argue
idea.
about the stupidest
I like
things.
That. I like that. All right,
anyway.
So we have a news point.
Potential Minecraft 2?
Wiki Wiki Wow, news time.
What is it? Oh, thank you. You did the drop for me.
Of course.
Yeah, so I was scrolling through Twitter before this episode, and California bans local voter ID laws. What?
What's new?
Side tangent again. I really love when Twitter's like explore AI generates summarizes what the trending topics are, because sometimes it's not anything remotely close to what you click on.
Yep.
It's like a completely fake
So
generated title.
Minecraft 2, California voting laws. Oh, okay.
Ruby is car decal and Fortnite item shop. Like, what?
You know?
Because it's tailored to your account.
Right.
It's not just like what's generally trending. It's like related to your account. It's kind of advanced, and I appreciate that.
Right.
It's not like the
But it's
YouTube
just
trending
wrong.
tab where it's just like, here's what's trending. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
This is where I got this from, was not just next move, is Minecraft 2 on the horizon? And essentially, it boils down to Notch made a really long post. By the way, if we have any like youngins in here who don't understand who Notch is, he's the creator of Minecraft before it got sold off to Microsoft.
To Microsoft.
Who's actually made it worse since then, but that's...
Right. We don't talk about that.
Anyway, he made a really long post that I will summarize by saying he basically announced Minecraft 2 because he's working on a different, I think he said like a roguelike game, and he's back to like, this is like his first game post Minecraft. So he talks a little bit about like, how do you come back from a game as big as Minecraft? Like, how do you make Minecraft and then make something else? But he's also really excited to be like making games again, because I guess he hasn't done any dev stuff since it got sold to Microsoft, which was a while ago.
That was a long time ago.
That was way back in ye olden days of the 2010s. And here we are halfway through the 2020s already.
Right. Because they bought, literally, we are almost 11 years removed from Microsoft buying Minecraft.
That's buying them? It's not like Minecraft starting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bought it for $2.5 billion.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
No, today it would be way more.
Dude. That's chump change for Microsoft. They spent $70 billion to get what was it? Activision?
Oh yeah. And that company was crumbling.
I love that Microsoft has just like, instead of making games, they just start buying all the game. They're like the Disney of gaming.
They're the new Disney, yeah.
Instead of like making stuff, they're like,
all right, we have Halo.
Let's just buy the people who make stuff, and then they can make stuff for us, and then we'll shut them down because we can't afford them because we spent $70 billion to buy you.
Lord.
Anyway,
all right.
So yeah, he's talking about doing a like spiritual successor, and he says, I also intend to do this in a way that in no way tried to sneakily infringe on the incredible work the Mojang team is doing, and that Microsoft is successfully doing the Microsoftification about.
Which is so funny.
So, because he did not use the words I said. I made it a little cleaner.
Yeah.
Which is fair. I feel like if you created Minecraft and you look at the state it's in now, I would also be very upset with how it's going.
About the Microsoftification of
the game. No, I get it. I would also be upset.
He's valid.
I feel like Notch and George Lucas are one and the same. You know, this
Yep.
very treasured thing you made, and then the company who bought it from you has ruined it because they don't understand. Anyway, so long story short, we might be getting a Minecraft 2, but I don't know. What do you think a Minecraft 2 would look like?
So I think that Notch, one, this is a brilliant play because, you know, whatever game that he makes from here on out is going to get some attention from Minecraft YouTubers and from other gaming places alike of like, oh, Notch is back and he's digging at Microsoft and he's taking down the man. When in reality, he's probably just like making a fun game, but he's doing what he knows, and what he knows is Minecraft. And so he's just most likely, my theory is that he's just doing what he knows how to do, and he's going to make a really fun game. I hope it's really fun, but also like if you've been out of the game dev game for like over a decade, then, you know, how do you go back to that industry? Because so much has changed over the last decade for games that like, is he going to go in is he going to go in with this fresh perspective that's like, oh, he doesn't have all the issues that modern games have and he knows how to make them like they used to, or is it just going to be outdated? So
right.
I don't know. I think he has a lot of potential to do something good, simply just because of his name recognition. But I think that saying that it is air quote Minecraft 2, or to expect it to get to the same level that Minecraft is at, is unrealistic and just not. It's going to have a niche audience, and based on the quality, it'll either do really well or be just okay.
Yeah,
and that's kind of where we're at. And that's pretty much all we can say without more info on the game itself.
Right. And I think it's a little disingenuous to give it the title Minecraft 2 because... One, he never said he never said he wanted to do another open world sandbox creative survival game. He actually, let me find the tweet he did about the roguelike game he was talking about. Where is it? It was just
very
here.
long.
I literally just read
long.
it. Let me go back here.
What? It was a very long post.
The heck? No, he did a shorter he did a shorter tweet that was like, oh, this is the game I'm working on. Oh, here it is. He says, the new game I'm passionately working on is currently set to be a traditional roguelike mixed with a tile-based first-person dungeon crawler.
That sounds kind of dope.
But then I got to thinking that maybe there are people who like my work but might not share my taste in retro nostalgia and would prefer it for me to make a spiritual successor thing to Minecraft. And I mean, sure, I'd take that cash. I love how open he is about how much money he made off that acquisition.
Yes.
And he's like, you know what? If you want to give me your money, great. If not, I don't care.
Right. No, yeah. And so I'm hoping that he can genuinely make something he loves and not just be like, well, I need the money, so I'm going to make another game that's kind of like Minecraft.
Right.
But
and
also what he's describing sounds a little bit like Minecraft Dungeons.
Yeah, he could probably make it better than the actual Minecraft Dungeons.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I feel like in a sense, I think spiritual successor is a better term because you look at the closest thing I can think of to spiritual successor is the team who went from doing Avatar: The Last Airbender then moved to Netflix and did The Dragon Prince, which a lot of people consider a spiritual successor to Avatar: The Last Airbender because it took everything they learned from Avatar and a lot of the things people liked about Avatar and brought it to this new thing and did it again with a new, fresh take. That doesn't mean The Dragon Prince is somehow connected or a sequel to Avatar or set in the same world but multiverse. It's its own standalone project with its own lore, its own characters and everything, but it's more about taking what you learned from it and moving it on and taking the same team and having that same creative spirit and ideas and that. And I think that's what you could expect more from a project like that. I also think there are a lot of people who want it to be Minecraft 2 just to stick it to Microsoft. Yeah. Because there are a lot of people who don't like the direction Microsoft has taken it. I'm right there with you guys.
I understand. Yeah, me too.
I get it. Minecraft was so much better back in the old days when it was more about genuinely improving the player experience instead of, having these shops.
Yeah.
The reason Minecraft runs so bad on Switch is because it has to try and force load that stupid microtransaction shop every time you open the game. Yeah. That should have never been there in the first place. Minecraft was kind of like GTA, meant to run on everything. You can play Minecraft on your smart fridge. So when you start bogging it down with all this other stuff, and I know they brought it in because they're like, oh, we need to monetize all these creators and give them place and but that was never what Minecraft was about. It was about having these free world packs that you can download because it was about the community making stuff and having mods and all that, and essentially corporatizing it didn't help.
No, not at all.
It shocks me that they did stuff like the mob vote, where it's we could add these 3 incredible things to the game, or we could make you pick just one. And the jokes of the Mojang team being lazy, why do you think those got accentuated? Just put all 3 of them in. Don't do this whole community engagement thing. Do something more fun. We should add this skin or something. Like,
right.
I don't know. So it could be interesting. We'll see. We'll loop back around on that.
That's kind of that about that. So
in the year of Minecraft, man, the Minecraft
Thank
movie.
you. Thank you for listening to our news points and our stories and everything. We're about to get into what we're hyped for in 2025.
Wow.
Such a good number, by the way. Now, before we do that, I just want to let you know we really appreciate you being here and listening to this show. And if you're not following us on Instagram at The Nerdiest Podcast, you should do so. Or on YouTube at The Nerdiest Podcast, we just crossed 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. Or you can follow me at The Glass Studios or Nick at Nick with no K everywhere. All the links are in the description. Don't you worry. If you want to go follow us, make sure you do that. Or leave a 5-star review wherever you listen. That's the best way for us to grow. So, 2025, already going to be a great year. I'm going to get married. Nick's going to keep making videos. I'm also going to keep making videos. And then
I'm going to pay off my car. What are you talking about?
Nick
That's my big life accomplishment.
You know, I'm getting married. But also, there's going to be some movies, and there's going to be some shows, and there's going to be some games. I figured we'd do games first because there's going to be less to talk about. I'm just going to let you do all your games first, and then I'll tell you the one that I'm excited about.
Nah, you should tell me your one, because I'm going to yap for a while.
My one is Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game.
No
this is
shot.
A life sim that takes place in the Shire. And I think that sounds really fun and cozy, and I think it has the opportunity to be kind of like a Stardew Valley kind of vibe. And now I don't like Stardew Valley, but I do like Lord of the Rings. So
all right, no hate, no shade here.
We'll see what happens. We'll see if I have like the mental capacity to even play a video game this year. So, but that's the only one that really caught my eye, because all the other ones are like Metroid Prime 4, GTA 6, the new Borderlands, and I was like, that is not me. That's not my vibe at all. And
Metroid
so I just
fans
can't.
Everywhere rejoice that you mentioned their game again, because no one else is.
So yeah, that's my games for the year. Nick, how about you?
Well, for me, I'm in a bit of a sticky spot right now for a couple reasons.
Situation.
One being I am mainly a Nintendo gamer.
Yeah.
And I'm not listen. I'm not going to try to hide that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm like, oh, I'm not biased because I have all 3 consoles. No, I'm biased towards Nintendo. I have an Xbox so that I can play Fortnite and watch Blu-rays, and I have a PlayStation so that I can play Genshin Impact and Persona. That's it. And the couple like PlayStation exclusives like God of War, Spider-Man, Final Fantasy VII, like that kind of stuff. That's the only reason I have a PlayStation, but I have a PlayStation 4 Pro. I don't even have a 5. Because the 5 is a waste of money, because I can count on one hand the amount of good console exclusives that console has. And it's 5, which is perfect because it's the PS5. Anyway, all that aside, Nintendo's in a bit of a odd spot because there's a lot of rumors about the Switch 2, and I'll just go ahead and dive into that. That's on my list of games, is just the Switch 2, because it's coming out this year. Like,
it is.
It is factually, not even speaking off rumors. Factually, it's going to have backwards compatibility. Factually, they're saying something about it by March 31st. And factually, it's in mass manufacturing right now, which means they're not just going to sit on all of those finished units in a warehouse somewhere for another year. Like, it's coming out this year. They're ready. They're like, we need our check, bro. We can't milk the Switch another year.
Right.
So there's a lot of rumors.
Milk is running out.
Yes, they need a fresh cow, man. This one's running dry. So there's a lot of rumors that it's going to get announced as soon as this week. When
Which
this episode goes
3
out,
years.
I've heard a lot of dates thrown around there: January 8th, January 23rd,
January 6th.
No.
Oh no!
What is the government trying to hide? What do they know about Switch 2? So, yeah, it'll probably get announced this month. I sure hope it is, because I'm really sick of talking about rumors. I want to actually talk about it and talk about the games that's going to be on it. But that's the one big thing, is like I'm waiting to see what games are coming, because it's all going to be like new games and stuff, and that's what I'm waiting for. Is like the new Mario Kart. There'll probably be some kind of like Zelda game if it's a remaster or a remake or whatever. But aside from that, in terms of games that we know are coming, I only have 2. And one of them is Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, which means all the Xenoblade games will be on Switch, which is great because I was not wanting to pay $150 for a Wii U copy of Xenoblade Chronicles X. So I will be getting that. And then also coming out at some point this year is Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles 2, which I personally think is one of the best anime games ever made, at least in the fighter arena, because I think Demon Slayer's power system lends itself very well to doing more of those like fighting type games, and I had a lot of fun when I played it. So this is just a sequel. They're adding more story content to catch up before the movie, and you can play as all the Hashira now and like all these upgraded versions of the main characters. So I'm excited about that. And honestly, here's what I've told myself, because right now I'm actively playing Persona 3 Reload and Mario and Luigi Brothership, which if you've been with the podcast for a while, you'll think, it's going on a year since you bought Persona 3. It sure is, isn't it? So I told myself I'm not allowed to buy any more games until I finish Persona 3 Reload and I finish Mario and Luigi. I have to roll credits on both games before I allow myself to buy another one. And that includes Switch 2 games. So if the Switch 2 really is coming out in March, like everybody's predicting,
it's grind time.
I gotta pick this up. Like we gotta speed it up. Because
grind time.
What I do want to do this year is try to clear out my backlog a little bit.
Fair.
Because I do have a lot of games on Switch.
Yeah.
And there are a lot more that I want to play. There are a lot more that are gonna come out. So I will stop myself there. But that's games. Is the 2 confirmed ones, Switch 2, and then the 2 that I'm been playing for like 6 months.
Perhaps, Switch 2 sounds exciting. I really want one. We'll see how we'll see if I have.
Put it on your wedding registry.
Okay, hear me out. I could get a discounted one for graduation when I'll actually have the time to play it.
What do you mean discounted? It'll be out for like 2 months.
I don't know. Discounted meaning I don't have to buy it. 100% off.
Just ask for it for your college graduation.
That's what I'm saying.
Even though you're not graduating, you still have another year.
Yeah. That's
you're
what
graduating
I was saying.
this
anyway,
year.
Graduating. No, I'm not.
Well, no.
I'm graduating in
you're graduating
2026.
Junior year. Like.
Oh, my graduate.
Yeah, your junior graduation.
I get it now.
Yeah.
It's
a whole other gift season.
So for TV, I only have one show that I'm actually like gonna mention, and it's one that I'm probably gonna watch eventually. It's not a great season for TV.
Hasn't been.
And it's Stranger Things 5.
What?
What? What's wrong with Stranger Things? I don't know. I really like Stranger Things. It was one of the first like. I don't know. It was one of the first shows that I like watched by myself. Like when the first season came out, I was like, "Oh, I'm so edgy. I'm watching Stranger Things." And so like I have fun memories. I really really want to see how it ends, and so I'm not necessarily like foaming at the mouth to watch Stranger Things. I'm more just like, "Oh, I want to know how it ends," because if I just like see it on a clip on YouTube or Instagram, then I'm going to feel gypped because I've been invested in it for this long.
Right.
That being said, I haven't finished the 4th season, so I need to go back and finish it. But yeah, other than that, Andor season 2 is coming out, but I haven't seen the first season. So anyway, that's pretty much it for TV. I have a lot of movies. But like no TV.
Yeah, see, our lists are polar opposites. I have like quite a few shows because it's all anime. Yeah. I can't think of a single not anime show that I'm actually invested in.
Yeah.
And I think that's also because like I make anime videos now. So it's like it's all I care to talk about anyway.
So you're always watching for the content.
So even in my free time, like
well, how many shows do you have?
How many shows? Oof.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I tried to limit my list.
'Cause I have 17 movies and
I have like 5.
5 of them I'm hate watching.
Oh.
But which sounds like a lot, but I don't have like super in-depth thoughts on like any of them.
Did you get to go see Mufasa over the break?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I refuse.
I did not, but I had a friend who did, and he was like, yeah, it was really good. Like, it explains a lot. And then I had someone else go see it, and they were like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Like,
Lin-Manuel is getting flamed online for that movie. That for my brother. And I'm kind of like, so crap, it's catchy.
It's catchy in like a bad way.
No, yeah, which is how he operates. Anyway, if you want, I can It's 10. Let me give you like 3 movies, and then I'll toss you over for some shows. So 3 movies for February, March. February 14th, I'm pretty excited about Captain America: Brave New World.
Big if true.
I'm really hoping it's good. I think it looks a lot more like that classic, like Captain America, like espionage thriller type movie that we were used to in like Winter Soldier type. So I like the Harrison Ford edition. Making him Red Hulk is kind of I'm not a huge fan of that. I think they showed way too much in the trailer, but I'm going in pretty optimistically for it, hoping it's pretty good. Dual release, we'll see which one breaks the box office more, because on February 14th we will also be seeing Paddington in Peru.
Oh my goodness.
Now, I am a Paddington fan. I like the Paddington movies a lot. I think they're really sweet and fun. So Paddington in Peru, I hope is very good, and I will be seeing it. My first hate watch of the year will be March 21st, where we will be seeing Snow White and the Seven Dwarves live action with who is it? Is it Rachel
Zegler?
Rachel Zegler.
Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot?
I get Rachel Zegler and Renee Zellweger mixed up. Yeah, big hate watch. I'm gonna buy a ticket to another movie and then sneak into that theater, because they will not get a single dollar from me.
You do that. I have Regal Unlimited, so
yeah, fair.
If I buy my ticket at the theater, it literally costs me nothing.
That's so
not
real.
even the convenience fee. So
see,
everybody's getting gypped.
Snow White. I could not explain to you how bad this movie looks. It genuinely looks like it looks like Madam Web level catastrophe.
Oh, dude, that's great. We got to start. Where's our like year start? Like, think about it. In 22, Morbius was our starter.
Yes.
And then last year, Madam Web was our starter. Like,
and
what's
now
our starter
Sony's
this
closing.
year?
Snow White.
We're so
anyway.
back.
Those are my first 3. Nick, what do you have? I assume you're starting in shows because you have more shows.
I have 10 shows. They're all anime.
Ooh.
Thank you very much for asking.
Thank you.
One is Solo Leveling Season 2. I'm very excited about that. Gonna watch it with the boys. Sakamoto Days is one I've heard that's really good. Like, the manga's really good. It's a Netflix exclusive that's starting Sunday, I think, or maybe next Sunday.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to watching that. There's a couple on my list that are like, they look interesting, but I like don't know anything about them, so I won't mention them. But they are on there.
Yeah.
One that I don't know when it's coming out in 2025, but I know it is unless it gets delayed, is The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, which is supposed to be like one of the most goated romance anime of all time. And like, I've seen clips from the manga.
Blooms with Dignity. Okay.
And I was like, all right. I might need to read the manga and check it out beforehand. Yeah. I just would like to go over, I don't know how this ended up on my list. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's called Betrothed to My Sister's Ex.
Did you put it on there?
No, I definitely put it on there. I think I put this on there as like, I saw it in an Instagram clip, or like I saw a trailer on Twitter, and it looked really interesting. So I looked up the title and I just threw it in there. So when it does get more information and populate, because like right now it's literally just like nothing. It's just a title and a synopsis. So I don't know.
Let's watch it.
I also have Kaiju number 8, season 2, which I'm even more excited about now because I've started going through and reading the manga for like what they're going to adapt for this season. It's going to be great. It's going to be
huge.
It's going to be incredible. Another one that I'm very excited about is called Lazarus, and it's about this. It's not biblical. I know. You've been misled. Thank you for reminding me. There's one I need to come back to that is biblical, but I totally forgot about it until right now. Lazarus it's set in 2052. This doctor makes a drug that is a cure-all to every disease. Every disease known to man. It's a cure-all. However, there's a side effect that 3 years after you take it, you die.
Oh, so you get 3 years.
The premise is these other scientists are grouping up and they're trying to find the doctor who created it because he made it, ministered it, and left. Knowing
That's
full well that people were going to die in 3 years.
That's
so now
awesome.
It's like 6 months before the date, and he just like drops this information. So they have 6 months to find him and figure out how to stop it. So it's by like the same director as Cowboy Bebop, which I'm really interested to see how that turns out. The one I was going to come back to is Gabriel and the Guardians, which is the Angel Studios like crowdfunded anime, or anime-inspired series. I did a couple videos on it. I'm very excited to see how that pans out. It's coming out in February, actually. So very soon, February 12th, actually. So right before
big exciting, right before Valentine's.
Yeah, so I can watch it in the loneliness of my house.
Let's go.
So yeah, there's that, and then my top 3 that I'm excited for this year is Dandadan season 2, which I think I'm gonna have to get Dandadan on an anime adventure for you because I want to know how you feel about it. I think you'd like it, but I also think there are parts of it that you might have like a visceral reaction to in the same way you did with Oshinoko. So not in like the. Nah, I won't say anything. I'll just let you sit and ruminate on that for a while.
I'm scared.
So season 2 is coming back in July. I'm very excited about that. In April, we're getting the My Hero Academia Vigilantes anime, which is the like official manga spinoff. When I saw it announced on Twitter, I started screaming so loud at 10 o'clock at night that my sister knocked down my door and was like, "I need you to shut up because I'm trying to sleep." So I'm very excited about that because I didn't think we were ever going to get an anime, but we'll see how it goes. And then my number 1, God bless, is coming in the fall. This is the year of My Hero Academia, the final season. So it probably won't like end until like December if they do a 12 episode run. So it'll be like the tail end of this year. But I am very excited because like we've gone through the end of the manga and all that, and now like I think this is when it'll actually start to hit me that the series is over. Because when the manga ended, it's like, okay, well, we still have like half of season 7. There's another movie, like we still have the final season, like all that. But now it's like, no, this is it. Like, and this is my series. And I will say, not to put any expectations out there, but if this season is as good as season 7, if not better, there is a chance.
Oh gosh.
That My Hero dethrones the Clone Wars as my favorite show of all time.
Wow.
Like the emotional connection I have to this series is starting to surpass that.
Wow.
And I've like genuinely been thinking like, oh shoot,
dude. That's a big deal.
I might need to like change this up.
That's a really big deal.
So that's my shows.
All right. I see you.
A lot of anime. I'm excited.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Good word. There's
one movie that I have on my list that I'm interested to see if it's on yours.
Okay.
I feel like it should be.
Okay. We'll get there. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. Hit me with some more movies.
So movie, I'm going to just tell you right now this is my prediction. We can make some predictions later for the year if you want. This is my prediction that this movie will be number 1 on my 2025 ranking.
It's the Minecraft movie, isn't it?
It's the Minecraft movie. April 4th, my fat butt will be in a reclined leather theater seat with a ginormous Coke Icy and a large popcorn, and I'll be wearing my Creeper t-shirt, and I will be sitting there watching Jack Black on the Minecraft movie, and it's going to be huge, let me tell you.
I was like, why are you doing a pseudo-Trump impression?
It turned into it at the end. I don't know what happened. Guys, there was so much concern about the Minecraft movie when that teaser came out, and we were like, guys, it's over. This is gonna be garbo. And then that second trailer came out, and we were like, hold on. He yearns for the mines.
This child yearns for the mines.
He yearns for the mines.
Hold on. We might
and
be
then
cooking.
we were like, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. And so I made a video about this on YouTube. It's called Don't Give Up on the Minecraft Movie. I'm genuinely so excited. And the director directed Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. I think it's going to be just a surrealist masterpiece of culture.
Can't wait to see your video review of it.
Cannot wait.
Well, obviously, we're going to have to do an episode on it.
Oh, of
we don't
course.
have a choice.
Oh, of course. We have to.
But
So Minecraft April 4th is what I'm most excited about this year. Now, something else may get announced that'll trump that, but so far right now, that's what I'm most excited for. Next up, May 2nd is a movie that I will go see but probably not enjoy, and that's The Thunderbolts. If the reviews are bad, I won't see it, because Marvel movies are either like pretty good or just genuinely crap, and so it's kind of like, okay, if it's crap, I don't care. But if it like gets like decent reviews, I'll want to go form my opinion. My biggest problem with Thunderbolts is that it's a giant group of characters that I really didn't care to ever see again. And I think it's their final attempt to grasp onto some sort of a plan. And they realized they had a ton of one-off characters their last few years. And they were like, well, let's make them the new Avengers. And it's like, oh, awesome. So I think it looks okay. I'm curious to go see it, mainly just because I want to know how they keep the Winter Soldier story moving forward.
Right.
And I really like David Harbour in his role. So I'll go see it if it looks good. May 23rd is my next hate watch, everybody. Mark your calendars for none other than the live-action Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
I will not be enjoying this movie. You cannot make me enjoy this movie. I think it's going to demolish the box office, and that scares me. Because people absolutely adore Lilo and Stitch. I've never been super connected to that movie. It's just never really been my favorite.
I'll take.
But the live-action Lilo and Stitch is going to demolish box office. I'm calling it right now. So I'm probably going to go see it just to know.
I would say we do an episode on it, but we'll have already hit our...
we'll already hit
our Disney remake
our schedule
quota for the year.
Yeah, no,
you only got to do one.
So, if I go see it, I'll do like a mini review on the podcast. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at for that. I'll hit you a few more before I toss you over to movies. Next up on June 6th, that I think looks pretty good, is a movie that has been retitled 3 times, and I think their current title is the worst one that they've done so far, and that is From the World of John Wick, Ballerina.
I was hoping this one was on your list.
Yes, it is. So I think this looks pretty good. John Wick is one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. I like, is it Ana de Armas that's in this one?
I don't know.
I think it is. I like her a lot. She was good in the one that she was... I think she was in the 4th one. I'm sorry. I really didn't research this movie. I just saw John Wick and said this looks good. So I think it looks good. I'm excited about it. I think there's a lot to fill in. It takes place between the 3rd and 4th movie, and there's a lot to fill in there, and I like that idea of doing that. in a weird way, I hope that they don't make it overtly sexual. And I say that because usually when we transition into, and this is a broader conversation that I don't feel equipped to really have, when we transition to female-led action movies, we feel like they need to be very sexy and very, like, weirdly sexual. And that's just not true.
Just make them good characters.
And just make it a good movie and let them fight and let them go boom pop. And then you have me buying a ticket.
Yeah.
That's it.
That checks out.
I have monkey brain that says ooh ah ooga booga fight scene, and I have a ticket. So that's what I'm excited for. hit me with some movies. What are you hyped for?
Well, I tried to put these in release order, and I'll end with the one that I know definitively, and I don't think there is any other movie coming out this year. I'll end with that one.
Yeah.
Because it's going to top my list.
Okay.
And I'll get more into that later. Coming up here in January, I think, is an anime movie called The Colors Within, which looks really good. It's about this girl who can, like, see the colors of others, like the essentially the aura that they give off. And then she meets this other girl who, like, gives off this really pretty color. And she's like, okay, well, we should, like, start a band. Because, like, this is fun. So then they bring in this other guy and they start a band, and it's like this whole thing. So I don't really know much about it. I like to go into movies in general, but also these anime movies pretty blind without knowing what to expect, because even sometimes nowadays I feel like the synopsis can shape how you want to think about it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to go in, like, not looking at reviews or listening to anything. Like, I just want to... Yeah. I've seen the trailer once or twice, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go see it. Don't show me anything else.
Nice.
In a polar opposite world where I'm like, please stop showing me things, Captain America Brave New World is also on my list.
Yes.
Please stop showing me things. I feel like I already know what's going to happen in this movie.
Yep.
I'm only going to see it because we talked about doing a podcast episode on it. And that truly is going to be how you get me my butt in a seat of this year.
For a Marvel movie.
Is for me being like, oh, I'm going to watch it because I need to do a review episode on it. I should probably go see it. It's funny. This year doesn't have, like, a Sonic 3 type where I'm like, yeah!
No. Yes, we have to!
I'm sure there'll be some niche ones that pop up, kind of like Transformers 1, where it was like, oh, I didn't know about that going into the year, but now I do. Like,
yeah.
So there's that. I also put Snow White on there because we're also talking about doing a review episode on that one.
Hate watch.
So I will be hate watching it, as I said, getting my ticket when I show up. And I might go by myself just so I don't force anybody else to have to pay for it. Unless one of my other friends has the movie pass and I could convince him to go. We'll see. He may not want to participate in that and waste his credits on that, which is fair. I don't blame you. So, and then I also put the Minecraft movie on here. It was gonna be a hate watch until I saw that second trailer, and then I was like, okay, hold on.
All right, he yearns for the mines.
We might have some gas here. Like, we might be cooking. So I'm interested to see how that goes. It could be really good, could be really bad. If they don't play some Minecraft parody song at the very end for the credits like they did for the FNAF movie, it's over.
If we don't, like...
They can't play Revenge because it's a copyrighted song, technically, because it's a parody. That's why I'm leaning more towards, like, Take Back the Night.
No, you're right. But they could, like, just be like, Usher, baby, darling.
Usher, can you do a cover of this song?
That would be... gas! Oh,
dude,
my God.
Try Hard Ninja and Usher collaborate on a movie version. Hold on.
Again.
How is Usher's music labeled? Hold on.
What do you mean, how is it labeled?
Usher's music.
It's probably just like Universal or Sony. There's like 3 big labels now. It's kind of ridiculous.
What label does Usher own? Okay, so it's RBMG Records. Okay, who owns RBMG Records? Universal.
Is it
who's making the Minecraft movie?
Warner Brothers.
Who owns Warner Brothers?
Universal.
No, I thought Warner Bros. Was their own company.
I thought they were.
Who owns Warner Brothers? Themselves.
Oh, so they're their own.
So they'd have to collaborate with Universal. I thought this was going to be like they own the rights to Usher's music, so they could bypass it and then get the thing.
Think about how Warner Brothers likes to collaborate. Don't they have stuff at like Universal
They
Studios?
collaborate with everyone except Disney.
Fair.
Like Disney is their own entity who does not collaborate with anyone,
right.
And then Universal
Fair.
and Warner Brothers will go back and forth all the time.
They just kind of do whatever they want.
So yeah.
Anywho, yeah, that's that.
There's that. I put Lilo and Stitch on here because you put it on here, and it sucks because it's like that movie's as old as I am.
And we're remaking
it already. So like I don't want to support it, but I also know my sister's going to want to go see it. Speaking of movies my sister's going to want to go see, and I'll probably go see it with her just so she can go, not because I want to see it, is the live action How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
Which I need to actually watch the trilogy before I go see that movie. So I can watch the good ones before watching the remake.
Yes.
But that one certainly is on my list. I also put Ballerina on here because it's John Wick. My girlfriend's really excited to see it. So I'm like, okay.
Woo!
I'll go see it. Like, if
Why
you're
not?
Excited about it, I'll go see it.
It looks good. It looks pretty good.
So, and then I'm kind of at my last bit, so I'll let you go because then I can just
I'll finish out. So, next up on June 13th, I will be going to see Elio, which is Pixar's new movie.
I forgot about that.
And honestly, it looks kind of gas, and I really don't let Elio go under your radar because it looks very good, and I really am hoping that Pixar can kind of like give themselves a little redemption on this one. And kind of go back. Like you said, my next hate watch will be June 13th, which is the live action How to Train Your Dragon. Now, the live action How to Train Your Dragon does look pretty good from the trailers, but I'm scared that live action remakes are a slippery slope that we shouldn't reward DreamWorks for going down.
No.
DreamWorks is our only hope at this point, and we can't lose them too. Anyway.
Okay, hear me out, though. If DreamWorks keeps making these really good animated movies, do they get a pass to make like one live-action remake every now and then?
I mean, yeah.
I'm not saying you should support remakes in general, but I feel like they don't get as much flack because 90% of their schedule this year is not a live-action remake.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
That's fair. No, you're right. But if this one just like demolishes, then they're definitely making more.
Yeah,
so,
that's how the film industry works.
Right.
If they do good, make more.
We do it again.
Even if you don't have another story.
Well, that's what happened to Disney. Anyway, big summer will be a big time for Hate Watch because July 2nd, I will be going to watch Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh, dude, I forget. Thank you. You're filling out my list right now.
It's okay. So, this is the Jurassic World movie that they announced with a date before it had a director. And that is not how you should make a movie, by the way. It's say, hey, we're doing this. All right, who's doing it? I don't know. It's going to happen, though.
I don't know.
But Scarlett Johansson is in it, and Gareth Edwards is directing, and he did Rogue One. And
Mahershala Ali is in this movie?
Mm-hmm.
What?
So I really like Gareth Edwards as a director, so I'm hoping that it's, like, actually good because we currently are about 1 for 6 on Jurassic World movies. Also, screw you guys for outdating our Jurassic Parktacular episode that we worked so hard on to make sure it was a comprehensive review of Jurassic Park just to add more.
Hey, in our defense, they said they were done, and we went predicated on that.
Fair.
But I also remember us saying in that episode, they're not done.
They're not done.
There's no way. Because that movie had already like smashed the summer box office when we made that episode. And I was like, yeah, this movie does not make $1 billion and they don't make another one.
No, so
like there's
true.
no way. I read the synopsis on Letterboxd here. Have you looked at that?
I have. I think it sounds pretty interesting.
It looks kind of interesting. I think they're doing more with the Jurassic World because now they're no longer constrained to just a park.
Yeah.
Which, in hindsight, makes me understand why they switched the name to Jurassic World.
Yes.
Because in the first movie it was like supposed to be the park, but then after that it's like, well, no, they're in the world now. Like you can broaden your horizons a little bit.
But
so I appreciate it for doing that.
But also the description of this new one sounds like what they wanted Dominion to be, and then they just like lost their way.
And then they switched to Locusts.
Locust.
Yeah, my favorite dinosaur.
Gosh. So, yeah, that'll be a hate watch. Coming up next on, but July 11th, a movie that I think looks pretty good and I'm excited to see is Superman. This is James Gunn's Superman that I actually think looks quite good. So I will go see that. Also in July, I will go see Fantastic Four: The First Steps, July 25th. I've never seen a Fantastic Four movie, and I'm going to let this one be my first one. I like the casting choices a lot, so I'm hoping that is a good option. What?
I forgot Pedro Pascal's in this movie.
Yeah. I like Pedro Pascal. I really do. Next up is August 1st. I will be seeing The Bad Guys 2. I like the first Bad Guys movies a lot. And I think there's a lot of cool opportunity in that world to expand upon. And then my hopefully last hate watch of the year is a movie that pisses me off to no end already, and it's like pretty much a year. It's about a year out, and I'm already absolutely just infuriated by this movie, and that is Tron Ares, starring Jared Leto. Please kill me now. Because let's be honest. The first Tron movie is kind of hard to watch. And then you have the other Tron movie where it's like, all right, it's pretty good. But then Daft Punk made the best soundtrack of all time for it. Awesome. You know what could save the Tron name? Jared Leto. No. We are setting ourselves up for failure again. This is not it. And then they let the Nine Inch Nails do the... No.
Dude, if 9 Inch Nails is so good, why don't they make 10 Inch Nails?
That's what I'm saying. Anyway, I have 3 more, but I'll let you finish before I move on to my last 3.
Okay. So I have also added Elio and Jurassic World and The Bad Guys 2 because I forgot those movies were coming out.
Did you not open the Polygon article before we're looking at this episode?
No, because I made the list as I was going in the theater, and I saw all these things pop up. I also have Superman on there. I'm uncharacteristically excited for a DC movie.
Yeah, same.
Because I'm not a big DC guy, but
I am a James Gunn guy.
Yeah, I sure am. I love how he did Guardians of the Galaxy, so I'm like, okay, let's see what he can do with Superman, because it seems like, and so many comic book fans were like shocked by the fact that the Superman trailer had color in it. And they were like, oh, what's this?
Oh, yeah.
It's too bright. Oh, my God, my eyes. And it's like, hey, guys, Superman is supposed to be hopeful, optimistic, and upbeat. He's not Batman. No. We've gotten our dark and gritty Batman movie. Now it's time for our upbeat and hopeful and optimistic Superman movie. So quit crying. It's not that big a deal. So I am very excited about that. I'll probably go see it day one. I have Fantastic Four on here because I also have never seen any of the other ones. And really, at this point, the MCU one is the only one that matters.
Yeah.
So, and then my last 2, one is Tron Ares.
Okay.
I will not be hate watching. I'll just be watching.
No,
I have
excited.
I have no attachment to the other 2 Tron films, and I have a vague attachment to the Tron ride at Disney, mainly in the sense that I rode it with my mom, and that's about it. So I'm going to watch the other 2 Tron films between now and then, which nobody told me Tron Legacy was a sequel to Tron. I thought it was like a reboot, not a sequel.
It's a sequel.
So somebody tried to get me to watch. I watched like the first hour of Tron Legacy 4 years ago. And
it was like, it doesn't make any sense.
And I was like, what is going on? And they're like, it's fine. You don't need to see the first one. And I was like, the first one? No, I feel like I do. So I'll be watching that. And then my last one. I don't think you understand the sheer level of
I know what
aura
you're about to say.
and like level that a movie would have to top this as my number 1 of all time. Not all time, but like of this year.
Yeah.
Would be insane. I don't think an American company could make a movie that's going to top this. And that is part 1 of the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle trilogy.
I knew you were going to say that.
Is coming out in 2025. I'm like, dude, butts in seats. Day 1, I will go by myself. I will buy 5 tickets and I will sell them to the first 5 people who want to come with me. I'll be there day 1. I'll be there day 2. I'll be there day 3. I'll be there day 4. We're going to see this movie, dog, because as soon as it's gone from theaters, we're not going to get to see it again for a while. So I'm like, all right, we got to lock in, bro. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited. As you can tell, this is like the most excited I've been on this entire episode for anything coming out this year. So we don't have a date yet. A lot of people are thinking like maybe spring, maybe summer, but they also might make us wait till the fall or the winter. So we'll see.
All right.
But I'm very excited about that.
There you go.
And that's my list. So if anything tops the number 1 spot on that, it's going to have to be like a banger.
Unless they were like Sonic 4 this year, and we were like, what?
They're like, we actually were working on Sonic 4 at the same time. Here it is.
Whoa. Okay. That's a good list. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm.
Slight side tangent. Did you see the news
about
article
Jim
today
Carrey?
that Jim Carrey's open to doing Sonic 4, and everyone's like, how? How are they going to do that?
Like,
and I was like, I don't care. Just bring him back.
Let him do it.
Don't explain
Who
it.
cares? Just bring
it's
him back.
the kind of like Looney Tunes behavior. Oh, but you blew up in a supernova.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm here.
Right. For real.
What's it to you? So
what do you want from me?
Continue.
Yeah. So I got 3 more movies.
Wrap us up.
This is a movie, and I'm laying this prediction out now. This will be the highest grossing movie of 2025 and probably one of the highest grossing movies of all time based on historical evidence and what I know so far. And that is November 21st, Wicked for Good, the sequel, part 2 of Wicked. And here's the thing. You cannot deny that this movie's going to crush.
I need Demon Slayer to come out in November.
Listen, Wicked.
I need the anime weebs. Could you not to interrupt? Could you imagine getting all of the musical theater fans and all of the anime fans in the same building? Dude, that
it would
be
smell
crazy.
so bad. It would smell so bad.
Dude, all I'm saying, Wicked and Demon Slayer come out on the same day. Wicked
Weeman Slayer. Weeman Slayer.
I'm in. What can I say? I'm down.
Demon
Let's
Slayer
do it.
for Good. Or Wicked Infinity Castle. You know, what do you... I'm in. Dude, listen, let me just tell you, the success of the first one, the cultural impact it had, it's only going to get worse. They're going to get pent up over a year. November 21st, For Good is going to be the highest grossing movie of 25, and it's just going to happen. That's my theory.
Oh, my man.
And then 5 days later, November 26th, I will be actually quite excited to see Zootopia 2, which is a...
I didn't know that was coming out this year.
Yeah, which I'm actually very excited about because I think that's a really awesome movie and a great world that they could explore a lot deeper. So I hope that goes really well. And then we're ending the year so freaking strong on December 5th, where we get to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in theaters. That's right, everybody. Fun fact, I just rewatched the FNAF movie because my brother really wanted to watch it. And I was kind of like, okay, sure. Like, I only saw it once in theaters. Like, and I realized the FNAF movie is really good until the last, 25 minutes.
All right.
When they screwed up all the lore.
I know what's taking the number 2 spot this year. Five Nights at
FNAF
Freddy's 2.
Mew, 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 mew. So, yeah, that's all that I'm hyped for this year. I was putting this list together this morning, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I'm excited about this year because we talked about it in our 24, recap. 2024 was really difficult for movies. It was awful. And the fact that there are even 17 movies that I want to go see is a big deal. And this is starting out. We're going to get so many more announcement movies announced just in the coming months. So
Makoto Shinkai is supposed to announce his next movie this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited about that. Do you want to put okay.
Put in a what?
Let me rephrase that. Do you want to put in a prediction for how many movies you will watch this year total?
Total, like new and old, new to me.
Yeah.
Should I set a prediction or a goal?
I don't know. My goal is 1.
My goal is at least 5.
Given what I watched last year, that's pretty reasonable.
So last year, also I'm an official Letterboxd Pro member, so I get to
Wow. All right.
I get to look at my
tax bracket. I get
to look at my yearly stats now, so that's cool. So in 2024, I watched 129 movies. So that's kind of cool. And I'm trying to think. My highest rated film was Wicked. That's crazy because I watched it twice and gave 5 stars both times.
Cringe.
So let's see. I watched 129. I've been increasing my movie count every year, and I think this year's going to be no different. I think I can. I'm not going to
put money on it because I'm going to lose the money.
Right. I'm going to say 150.
All right, who can get to 150 first?
150 first.
We're doing the race again. Took a year off, going again. Nope.
I'm going to say 150. I think I can hit 150 this year. I really do.
You know what? Let me do the same, but a number for shows. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're good.
So I can see how many shows I watched last year.
I think I could do 150 this year because I've increasingly watched more every year because I think it was like 2021 I watched like 60, and then 22 I watched like 100, and then 23 I watched like 112, and then this year I watched like 130. So I've been like slowly increasing every year. I think I can do 150 this year.
So I had a little bit of a dip in shows because I think 23 I watched like 40, and last year I only hit 34. Now, granted, I watched like the first 3 sagas of One Piece, and they're all like 100+ episodes, so they should count as their own show.
Right.
Which I might do that in the counter this year, because like I'm on Sky Island right now, and it's 70 episodes long. That's like the total runtime of 4 Netflix shows.
No, yeah.
So it should count as its own. Anyway, I'm gonna say 50 shows. Give myself an extra 16.
Okay.
Where that's going to come from, I don't know. But I'm also going to try to be more intentional of like, okay, Sunday night, I'm going to do a catch up on like my weekly anime shows that I'm watching, and try to stay caught up with those, get some binges in at the end of the season, like just actually try to stay caught up because that'll also help me with what I'm covering.
That makes sense.
All right, 150 movies for you and 150 shows for me, and
Good
finishing those 2 games by March. We'll see how all that plays out in the coming months.
I think I also this year, like while we're talking about it, I want to read more books. I don't have like a set goal for books because
get some manga, bro.
No, that's not a book. That's
it is.
comic. That's a comic.
Listen,
book.
if I'm paying $12 for it, it's a book. All right.
That's what qualifies it.
If I gotta pay $12 a pop, it's a book.
Then it goes in my Goodreads. All right.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm switching to Fable now.
Oh Lord.
Fable is so much better than Goodreads.
Why?
Because they actually put time and effort into their UI and make it function properly.
Oh, cool. I hate Goodreads, so I might have to give it a look.
Fable will let you sign in with Goodreads and import all of your stuff for you.
That's
like all of your lists, all of your logs, the whole thing.
They know.
It's a very painless transition.
Well, if I had anything logged on Goodreads, that would be useful. I think I have like 2 Harry Potter books on there from when I was like 12. All right. Well, unless you have anything else to add, I think we're ready to wrap up here.
Season 7, Episode 1.
Guys, Season 7, Episode 1 in the books, in our Goodreads, in our Fable. Now, thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you like what we're doing here, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Give us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Amazon or wherever you're listening. We're so excited to continue doing episodes just like this for the year. We have a really awesome schedule and a great plan that we just can't wait for you guys to see and watch it unfold and see what God has for the podcast this year. And we're really excited just to keep making awesome content for you guys. So thank you so much for listening. Give 5 stars if you feel worthy. Subscribe on YouTube. All the links are in the description. You know what to do. And we will see you in the next episode. Until then, bye.